Do you want to start a business, but you don't have a lot of money? These 10 business ideas can be started for as little as $500 or less. By the end of this video, you'll have ideas of businesses you can start with little to no money. I'm Gerri Detweiler, education consultant for NAV. NAV believes every small business owner deserves the chance to succeed. Many people think you need a lot of money to start a business. It's never been easier to start a business on the cheap. We want to give you some solid ideas so you can find the business idea that's right for you. So what makes a business idea low cost and profitable? Our 4 criteria for this list is: first, minimal startup costs. These are businesses that can be started for a few $100s or less. They should be quick to start. In other words, you should be able to get customers or clients quickly and turn a profit quickly. There needs to be high demand. You need to sell something that people already want to buy. And then finally, there needs to be low overhead. You shouldn't have to rent an expensive business space, you shouldn't have to buy expensive equipment, and you shouldn't have to spend a lot of money in inventory. We'll share the top 10 list in just a moment, but first I want to give you something to think about in terms of choosing the right business for you. First, think about what skills and interests you already have. What do you already know how to do, or what are you willing to learn? You're going to have this business hopefully for a while, so you want it to be something you're at least somewhat interested in. What industries are in demand in your area? What are customers looking for? If you're selling online, you have a much broader market, but if you're going to be selling locally, you need to make sure there's a market for what you have to offer. And then, do you want to work online or in person? Both can be profitable, but you need to understand what's available in your market and what's realistic for your skill set. One of the reasons you can start a business so cheaply today is that there are so many low-cost and free tools that can help you get started. So there are low-cost and free website builders. There are sites like Canva that offer tools you can use to make flyers or marketing materials or social media posts. There are lots of social media platforms where you can start telling the world about what you have to offer without having to purchase paid advertising. But one of the best ways to start a business is word of mouth. So whether it's friends, families, or former colleagues, getting the word out about what you have to offer is the best way to start getting those initial customers and find out if people are willing to pay for what you have to offer. And here's a tip that works for many businesses. Offer a beta test. Offer something at a lower cost to see how it works for your customers. Nav interviewed Phil of Phil's Magic Cleaning, and when he started his power washing business, he actually went to gas stations and cleaned their windows for free, just to get those testimonials and that client experience under his belt. And now his business is growing and thriving. Here are a few common mistakes to avoid. Don't spend too much money in the beginning. It's easy to get excited about creating a logo or business cards or advertising for your business, but the first thing you need to do is find a paying customer. Another mistake is not pricing correctly. If you just try to be the lowest cost option in your market, you may not generate the quality of customer that you need to sustain your business. Think about where your business is now, but also where you want it to be in a year, 2 years, or 5 years. And often those companies that price the lowest have trouble competing and staying in business for the long run. And then finally, ignoring free marketing. There are so many options now to market your business for free. You can get on meetup groups, LinkedIn, social media, websites like TripAdvisor, Yelp, or Google My Business. All of those tools can help you get the word out without spending a dime on advertising. So now let's get to that list. Number 1, virtual assistant services. This business can often be started for $100 to $300. And here you help other businesses by taking on tasks that they don't have time or expertise to accomplish. Some virtual assistants specialize in certain industries. So for example, one small business owner built a thriving business by just pulling permits for contractors. Number 2, social media management. Social media can be one of the best ways to advertise a business, but there's lots of business owners who either don't have the time or the interest in being active on social media. This business can be started for $100 to $300. Help put and manage businesses on platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and other platforms. Number 3, freelance content creation. This business can be started for a few $100s at the most. With this business, you'll create content, whether it's blog posts, LinkedIn posts, or other types of content that will help a business reach its audience. Number 4, cleaning services. Cleaning services can often be started in the range of $300 to $500. There are a few initial supplies you're probably going to need to purchase. But if you're reliable and you do a good job for your customers, you'll probably grow quickly just by word of mouth. Mobile car detailing. This is a business that usually starts around $500 to $800 to start. Go to customers' homes, detail their cars, and again, if you do a good job, you'll probably get referrals very easily. Number 6, online tutoring or teaching. You could tutor or teach on sites like OutSchool or Wizant, or you can create a course on a platform like Teachable or Thinkific. Either way, you can teach what you know. And there are some really creative options out there. There's lots of demand for teaching English to people who want to learn that language. And there's also demand for courses as obscure as making sourdough bread or raising chickens or goats. Number 7, handyman services. Now you will need some tools for this service. So if you don't have a lot of tools, you may have to start with $500 to $800 investment. You can probably pick up those tools secondhand on sites like Facebook Marketplace. But there's a lot of demand for handyman services. If you've ever had to hire a handyman, you know why. Because it's hard to find people who can do smaller jobs. So this is a great way to break into that market. And as you grow, then you may decide to hire more people or go for larger commercial jobs. Number 8, pet sitting and dog walking. You can get started here for probably $200 to $800 range. Now you can start on sites like Rover, where you can offer your services. And as you grow your business, you may want to have your own pet sitting or your own dog walking business. This is a growing industry with flexible hours, and you get to hang out with some pretty cool animals. A home organization service. Yelp has ranked this as one of the faster growing businesses in the US right now. And that's because a lot of people, rather than moving into a new, bigger house, are trying to organize or upgrade their own house. So this business can often be started for just a few $100s because you typically don't need to have a lot of tools or inventory. You can also specialize. For example, you could specialize in helping older people downsize to move to a smaller home or assisted living. This can be very lucrative, and there's always a demand for people who can help others feel more comfortable in the homes they live in. Number 10, online reselling. For $500 to $1,000, you can get started by finding items at flea markets, garage sales, or even on Facebook Marketplace, and then fixing up and flipping them. Some people will buy pallets of goods that they don't even know what they're getting until they open the pallet, but then they resell those pallet items on sites like Facebook Marketplace or eBay. If you have a little bit of creative talent, taking old furniture and making it look new and fun can be a great way to bring in some extra money. If you love fashion, sites like Facebook Marketplace and Poshmark could be places for you to find great items and then resell them. So hopefully this gives you some ideas. You don't need a lot of money to start many businesses, but you do need to take action. You do need to sell something and find that first customer. NAV is here to help. As you grow your business, NAV's free checklist can help you understand how to set your business up the right way. Just check the description. Drop a comment below. We'd love to know which of these business ideas you're excited about, or if you have another idea for a great low-cost, high-profit business. Like, share, and subscribe for more business building tips.